Welcome to your Monday. I'm Jay Cleveland Payne, aka your Mr. Monday, and this quick bit of motivation and inspiration was originally published on January 24th, 2022. The original message goes as follows. Once you have watched the magician's trick enough times, you can figure out its mechanics. Your choice now is to be disappointed or try to learn how to improve on the trick. Going deeper into this one, let's go back about a decade, maybe a little more as we record this in 2022. Going back to an early hit on the Fox TV network, a show that was actually just a sort of background for magicians. It was essentially a magician, a masked magician, if you will, which made it kind of a little spooky, that was going through how the magic tricks you're seeing for hundreds of years actually worked. It was narrated by Jonathan Frakes of the Star Trek fame, that being the Next Generation. And it was a cool look at how all those things were done. Literally how all the magic tricks that you've seen for years being performed on stages or on television are done, or the basic parts of them. Of course, a magician basically ups their ante, ups the game for the trick to make it more spectacular or just slightly different. So it's not exactly the same, but there are so many ways you can put a lady in a box and cut her in half, and so many ways you can go into a wardrobe and open it up and people disappear, and so many ways you can pull rabbits out of hats or various other things out of the hats that are there or boxes or whatever. The thing about the show, at the time, magicians were apparently up in an uproar. They were going nuts over the fact that their tricks were being shown on national TV, and every single piece of the trick, every single step and how they're done, because now, how will they make any money doing the tricks if people know how the tricks are done? But a different sort of thing sort of happened. People actually got more involved in magic. People were more interested in how tricks were going and wanted to see even better, even bigger, even more dynamic tricks. So think about this, using that as a metaphor for learning what goes in the background. Once you learn how something operates, something that seems like a mystery, seems like magic, but once you learn the deep, dark secrets of how it actually comes through, you have two choices. You can all of a sudden be disappointed in saying, oh, that's it. Or you can try to improve on the process. Another example from my life. My wife took a course on breaking down story stuff, writing stories and how you can plan out plots. And after she took that course, for a good couple of months, every time she watched something on television, she would basically blurt out, oh, this is going to happen. And that thing would happen. Because there are only so many ways you can do a plot without being redundant. And then they all turn out to be redundant. You find out a lot of things when you really study how it works and how things go and how stories go. They really follow a very similar pattern. And especially if you're watching something that is serialized or something that is like a sequel type movie or something, things are always standard. Things always work. And there's a formula that makes things work out and make things go. She was extremely disappointed, like I said, for months, because everything she watched on television, every movie she saw, she could see the plot coming a mile away. This is something that I have learned to kind of deal with for a long time, being a writer and being someone who breaks down these types of things in the media for a living, and now more or less just sort of because I like to do it. But for some people, knowing how the trick works is what kills the actual trick. It kills the magic. If you are trying to break into some sort of business, some sort of industry, and you've always wondered how do they do that, people who want to progress in that industry, of course, want to know how they do that. But some people don't want to know. They don't want to know what's in the sausage, if you will. So finding out that it's, a byproduct of various different things mashed up together is extremely disappointing. And what you do with that knowledge is extremely important to how you manage your life. Let's say you find out some disappointing news about something that isn't a big industry secret, but just something about a life thought that you did not think was going to break. You find out that a couple that you thought had a perfect relationship does not have a perfect relationship. They just put on the airs and find good ways to get around that. You find out that one of your favorite stars in pop, screen, or whatever it is, the music world, the movie world, TV world, who has this great image for being a great person, isn't such a great person because of things that have happened in their past that they try their best not to show to light by doing all these great things now, so that it overshadows the past stuff. You have a choice. Once you know how the magic is done, once you know how the mechanics are worked, once you know the inner secrets of people's identities, if you will, what to do with it. If you found out that Bruce Wayne was Batman, what do you do with it? Do you tell the world that Bruce Wayne is Batman? Do you try to help Bruce Wayne or Batman in their pursuit? Do you try to take down Bruce Wayne or Batman because you're an evildoer? You have a choice with your information. Knowledge is power, and knowing how things work is extremely powerful. But knowing how to work the system to make that thing work even better, or maybe you're in the opposite realm and you really do want to tear it down, how to fight that thing is a big deal. So think about it. Knowing the secrets behind the masters is just one thing. Knowing what to do with those secrets, other than just sort of pouting about it, is a totally different thing whatsoever. Once you have watched a magician's trick enough times, you can figure out its mechanics. Your choice now is to be disappointed or try to learn how to improve on the trick. This original message was published on January 24th, 2022 from Welcome to Your Monday. For more messages like this one, plus books, merchandise, and other information related to this project, visit the website, welcometoyourmonday.com.